Okay, so welcome to the N-API team meeting for April 13th, 2020. We'll follow our usual approach of looking through the things we've tagged for the milestone and go from there. Before we get started though, does anybody have anything they'd like to share, any announcements or anything like that? If not, let's move on to the first one, which is the next Node Addon API release. Just opening that issue. Oops, let me share too. So share. So let's just take a look at what needs to be landed. That landed, obviously, right?
No, actually, I closed it because
okay, closed it.
I replaced it with one that removes the guards not only from begin but from everything.
Okay, so let's find that one.
697, I believe.
697.
Yeah,
okay.
One, yeah.
So let's grab that one. We'll just edit this guy to. And we will take this. Okay. Okay, so we'll have to go back. I see I'm one of the ones who still needs to go review that, so we'll try and do that today.
There's a snag though.
Okay.
The tests fail on Windows with Node.js 14.0 nightly. Oh, I didn't update that yet. I should have. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay.
Is that like just the test fail for like? Is there a good reason why they fail, or?
I haven't yet looked into the reason, but it looks like a thread safe function blocking call and non-blocking call, they fail. So it's just a fatal error from thread safe function.
Okay. So we'll have to figure out what's going on there. Now I see, okay, because we had last time we had a problem overall with the failures, which I see that you had fixed.
Oh yeah. No, I mean there was this problem, but that was with 10, right? 10.20.0.
I think it was with all of them.
Oh, okay.
And here is, okay, so we have something which is failing, appears to be failing just on master on SmartOS 18. Is that right? No, 14. Yeah, so master, that's strange.
It's not failing in my PR. Maybe I should rebase.
Okay, because yeah, this appears to be like all of our recent. Well, but this is only on SmartOS, so you've actually tried that on yours on SmartOS and it was okay.
Yes. If you look at the links in my PR, they work fine except Windows on 14 nightly.
Okay.
So, but that may be because my PR is not fully rebased. We may have introduced a commit that causes the SmartOS failure.
Right.
Let me see if my PR is up to date.
Okay. Because yeah, it seems like the nightly ones are failing.
Yeah.
Windows. Is this the failure you're seeing on Windows?
Yeah, down below it says like star call. Yeah, data source thread safe function dot star call failed. Okay. So we're getting an unexpected. What do you call that? Non-OK NAPI status probably from the looks of it. And since it's happening on a secondary thread, we have no choice but to fatally fail.
Okay, so that one was started by you, okay, versus if I look at this one. Yeah, okay. That's sometimes hard to tell whether it ran or not. Okay, well anyway, so I guess we have something to figure out there.
Yep.
Hopefully fairly soon. just in case there's something in 14 that's getting us. Okay, right. So our LTS, just looking back to, right, our LTS versions, this one.
Okay, I don't think I have anything. I was working against master. The only thing on master now is this typo fix in a doc, so I doubt that
Right.
there's a problem. So that's actually
Okay.
good news because it looks like master should be okay now for some reason, if my PR is any indication.
Okay. Although this ran fairly recently, so maybe it's just the way I'm looking at this. I don't know, but it seems to think that we still haven't gotten a green because it's failing on master. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll figure that out afterwards.
Yep.
Okay. So we're back looking at the next release. Support for add-on instance data 663 is one of the other ones.
Yeah, that one. Lucas made an excellent point there that I'm basically squashing the hint for it. So I'm going to do another round of that PR with like support for the finalize hint. So there,
Okay.
I'm planning on doing like two different template things. One that just has one template parameter, which is the data, which is basically what there is now, and then a second one that has an optional hint.
Okay.
And then you have to specify the finalizer as well. Although I think I'll give it a default finalizer, which is the same as the one for without a hint. So just get rid of the data using delete. So you can override if you want something else. Oh, and I also realized that it was missing passing the env into the finalizer, because you may want to do some JavaScript related stuff.
Right.
Although JavaScript isn't really possible when you're tearing down things, but I think some N-API still works. So it's a good idea to have the env in the finalizer. So yeah, it needs another round, basically, another iteration.
Okay. So we still have some work to do on that one.
Yep.
SQLite port. So Jim, said he'd have an update for us on that next week since he can't make it this week. Same with transferring the tutorials. Tracking issue for the modules we've ported. I don't know that there's anything new there, no, but we are up to like close to 800,000 downloads per week, which is good.
Nice.
So now, are there any issues that we should talk about? I think I looked in this repo. There didn't look like there was anything really new since last time. Let's just
a bit of an announcement, I guess. N-API 6 has landed on Node 10. So
okay,
that's
good.
kind of new since last week. Yeah, with
So is that
a
now
little
on
bit of a
all?
hiccup.
So it's on 10 and 12 now?
No, 12 is still pending.
Okay,
but
sure.
10 is already landed.
Okay. Sounds good. Node add-on API. Let's just see if there's any new. So these are a couple of. I guess this one's fairly new. We'll need to look at that, but nobody's commented, so I'm not there's anything to talk about.
Yeah, okay.
It's an interesting one. Do we have the ability to get the count through the C API?
But we only get the count of the reference itself. We cannot get all the count of the object.
Yeah. And I guess N-API doesn't provide that either. I'm fairly certain, or I could be mistaken. Let me double check.
We do return the reference count on the NPI ref.
Right, but the point is you can't get it unless you're doing a ref or an unref.
Yeah.
So you can't just ask what the reference count is.
No, you'd have to track that yourself.
Right.
And I guess this person is asking that we track it on their behalf and have an additional API.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that in the wrapper, or
Yeah.
I guess the question is, does it actually make sense in the API itself?
To add like to add an API to return the reference count, the current reference count.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
It's the kind of thing, I guess we could put it in the wrapper first if it's easy. I mean, I guess we could answer here, there was no specific reason other than we did not think of it, right?
Yeah.
As a requirement.
Interesting.
Does the underlying, we'd have to look, we'd also have to check if the underlying V8 implementation. I did that and think about whether.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do store, we do have like an unsigned integer in the V8 implementation that just goes up and down. So
Right.
So we do track the reference, and
Okay,
it would
so
just
we
be a
could
matter
get
of
it.
exposing that. Yeah.
Okay.
But we would have to add a core and API as well if we wanted to return that number. We could duplicate the functionality in the wrapper and then just have two numbers.
Although that might not always be, if you could create it in one place and use it, otherwise we might get into trouble, right?
Yes, because you would have to ref and unref using Node Addon API. So if you mixed an API and Node Addon API, the two numbers would get out of sync.
Right, exactly. So
then the best solution would be to just add an N-API that says N-API reference get count or something.
Yeah. Just not sure. Maybe we'll say, what is your use case?
Yeah, exactly. We need a good use case for adding to an API core.
Okay, so we'll ask that.
Okay. I have a suspicion that the use case may be, you know, if the reference count has reached 0, then free the resource. But if that's the case, then this problem can be addressed with N-API add finalizer. So you create the reference and then you add a finalizer.
Yep.
Because yeah, we didn't have, yeah, we should have added, we should, like, N-API create reference should have accepted a finalizer and a hint, but it didn't, and so that's why we added N-API add finalizer, and this should be okay. Yeah, maybe I'll comment to that effect.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they say in terms of their requirement. Yeah. Okay, are there any issues tagged in Node repo that we should talk about?
I don't remember any off the top of my head.
Okay, let's just see if there's.
I have that open PR in Node Addon API for the thread safe function context, if we want to talk about that.
Sure. Let me, I think I just, sorry, 11. Okay, Node Addon API.
It's the pull request. The one in yellow.
This one, okay.
So I was able to template the call.js function. So if you go to the last comment here, I have two sources, this context CC and simple CC. I guess it's ready to take a look at for the API use. And then if you guys think it's okay, then I can go ahead and continue working on creating documentation and updating, creating a little more tests. So basically, I guess if you start at the very top, basically it's sort of broken down into 3 different templates. You have the context, the type, the data type, and then the call.js value function. And then you use those 3 in your on line 23 is actually how the thread safe function class looks like. And then I use that explicit TSFN class in the wrap in this example. And that's how I do it also in the other example as well. So if you guys want to take a look at this and let me know what you guys think.
Okay. Will do. Any other ones you want to talk about?
That's all I have.
Okay, let's just take a quick look in Node, and then I want labels.
I think you need to go to issues and then you
Issues,
pick labels
okay.
from there.
Right, okay, and then I don't want to do that. Maybe
I think you could just add labels, yeah, or label colon an API.
Okay, this hopefully, there we go. Okay, I don't see anything new, so
no.
I think we're good. Okay, anything else people want to talk about this week?
Oh, small thing. There was, it's sort of come and gone. I think during the last week, there was an issue mentioned in the core repo that a thread safe function can cause deadlock if you called it from the main thread if you make a blocking call from the main thread and the queue is full, because obviously it's going to wait for the queue to empty, but the main thread is responsible for emptying the queue and therefore it deadlocks. And so I added this deadlock detection and a new return status. So basically a new N-API status, which is I think N-API would deadlock. So that's a Semver minor change that's gonna sort of be coming down. But that's it. That's kind of happened, I think, during the last week.
Yep.
So it should be okay, and it should break people no more than it does now. So instead of deadlocking, it will simply, probably, most likely, exit with an unexpected non-okay status.
Yeah,
so,
which sounds better.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that, and so that's going to be trickling down the backport pipeline. But I in terms of Node.js N-API, I don't believe there should be any changes that we need to make to accommodate that.
Right. Okay, any other things? Okay, if not, we'll call that for this week. Hopefully everybody has a good week.
Yep. Ciao.
Okay, talk to everybody later. Bye.
Okay, bye.